Do you often feel like nobody gets you? Do you feel the need to be all Islamic, but on the inside you just don't get it? I mean, your parents, they have this expectation of you being the kind of Muslim they want you to be. But it's 2025. It's not the 1900s. Yeah, maybe you believe that Islam is the truth, and you believe that on the inside. But somewhere along the line, it stopped feeling like a blessing and started to feel like a burden.
Because maybe you're always raised in deen. The Friday khutbahs, the youth halakas, the Quran classes, even the early morning fajrs, you were there. Maybe you were the sister who was praised for her modesty, or the brother who was always nominated to lead the salah. You were the good one, the one who never messed up, and you never left the path. But somewhere along the line, your heart just fell behind. Your salah became a routine, your ibadah became a checklist, and you still love Allah, wallahi you do, but you haven't felt that love in such a long time. See, the thing is, you're not struggling with belief, you're struggling with burnout, because everyone around you sees your consistency, but no one sees your quiet collapse. And I want you to know that every single fall still echoes where His mercy listens, because wallahi, the road back to Jannah is never closed.
Or maybe you weren't necessarily raised on the deen. You try to look the part, but you still feel like a stranger. You try to pray, you try to avoid the haram, you say all the right things. You wear the right clothes, maybe you wear the hijab, maybe you have a beard, maybe you don't. Either way, it feels like a performance, not presence. You feel like, you're doing Islam for others, but on the inside you feel like a stranger to Allah. Maybe you came, back to the deen later on in life, and maybe you've been just holding on alone all this time. And the thing is, you compare yourself to other better Muslims, and you feel like a fake. You feel like you don't belong. You feel ashamed. You feel unworthy. The thing is, you're not faking Islam to deceive. You're actually faking strength merely to survive. You're not disconnected because you don't care. You're disconnected because you feel like you'll never catch up. But the reality is that the road back to Jannah is never closed.
See, you didn't leave Islam in a day. You just kept living until your faith stopped living with you. And at first you told yourself it was a break, but then one missed prayer became a week became a month, and eventually you just stopped trying. And now you don't even know where to start. See, the thing is, you still believe. You still say salam, dua, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, and every single Ramadan you show up. But then Shawwal is just filled with heavy guilt. And you tell yourself, it's okay, I got time. I'm young. But every single year, that gap just grows that little bit wider. Because maybe you were once active in the masjid, but now you're just that brother who's deep in the streets. Or that sister who's not running away from Allah, but she's just way too drained to find her way back. And see, you miss Allah, you really do. But you feel like He's just done with you. You feel like you're way too far gone, but there's still that flicker of hope inside you that hopes you're wrong. And I know you think you've fallen off His path, but I want you to know that He's never stopped leaving the door open for you. Because wallahi, the road back to Jannah is never closed.
If any of this felt familiar, maybe triggered some emotion in you, and you felt like, yeah, that's me, then listen up. It's time to stop pretending that we're fine, just going through the motions, absorbed in the guilt, hiding from the shame. We're not stuck. We're drifting slowly off the path. And at some point, we have to stop avoiding that conversation with ourselves. It's really time to look in the mirror and face reality. It's, it's impossible to do that if you keep running away, thinking you need to have it all figured out first. With those feelings that are so heavy, and that you're convinced that you failed. It's time to stop. Just stop. Because that heaviness, it's a sign. It's a sign that it's time to return back to Jannah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us in Surah Hajj, He says, وَمَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ, that He has laid upon you no hardship in this deen. And if that's not enough for us, Allah goes a step further in Surah Taha. He says, طَهَا مَا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْقُرْآنَ لِتَشْقَى, that we have not sent down this Qur'an to cause you distress. See, my brothers and sisters, wallahi, this deen was never meant to burden you. It was meant to carry you, to anchor you, to give you strength. And I know it may not always feel like it, but wallahi, Islam is not a burden. It's a blessing that's waiting for me, waiting for you, to help us find our way back to the place of our first home, the place we were always meant to return to, back to Jannah.
This series is for those who have slipped or feel like they are slipping. The series is for those who feel distant. And the series is for those who feel lost or empty. You see, in this series, we were discussing the real life Islam. What it's like to be a young Muslim growing up in Aotearoa, New Zealand. We'll be exploring the issues that you face, because those are the issues that are actually going to pave the way back to Jannah. You may be thinking, what's this guy on about? Me? Jannah? With all that I've done? How can someone like me be even accepted as a Muslim, and let alone Jannah? Yes, talking to you, my friend, because this is for you. Because Jannah is not for perfect people. Jannah is for those who keep trying, for those who keep walking back to peace, back to purpose, back to the one who has never left your side. In this series, we will traverse the beautiful characteristics, that will actually solve the challenges that you're facing, so that you can book your ticket back to Jannah.
So come with us
Because you were always meant
to return.